All right, we are here and getting ready for reserve basketball, the Lincoln Christian Crusaders and the Syracuse Rockets. I'm Keith Miles along with Kobe Hansen. And Kobe, what do you expect for the team first game after the holiday break?
Yeah, it's going to be big for them coming off this holiday break. They only had 1 or 2 practices coming into this. A day off yesterday. They're going to have to come out, try not to be flat. They got to bring their own energy as they haven't played in a while and the gym's pretty empty. The bench has got to be loud and they got to bring the defensive intensity tonight.
All right, we'll have the game in just a bit.
I'm Stacy Allison, the Assistant Director of Stewardship and Advancement at Lincoln Christian School, and I'm excited to share with you a little bit about Cornerstone. Cornerstone is a way for you to join with the foundation in prayer and monthly giving, and it's a way for you to invest in students, families, and Lincoln Christian School. Cornerstone started a couple of years ago, and we're excited that we have many people participating in giving monthly and praying with us every month. We're looking for more people always to become a part of giving monthly to the Cornerstone Foundation. You can go online at any time to our giving page and join, or you're more than welcome to contact me. The great thing is every investment that's made monthly helps students to be able to attend Lincoln Christian through the Family Education Grant, and also is a way for us as a foundation to strategically prepare and continue to advance our campus. What's great about monthly giving is it allows us to count on that money and plan on that money so we can continue to do more things to impact more students, families, and the school in a greater capacity. I hope you'll consider Cornerstone as a way for you to be a part of making an impact at Lincoln Christian School.
Hi, my name is Mr. Riley, and I serve as the elementary principal at Lincoln Christian School. My wife Rhonda and I have been married for almost 31 years, and all 3 of our sons graduated from Lincoln Christian. Being an educator has turned me into a morning person, and I love seeing the teachers and students arrive every morning. I'm excited to see how all of the Lincoln Christian family will be impacted by teachers and staff that put God first in everything we do. Our goal is to use every opportunity to bring God the glory. I look forward to meeting your family.
Hey Crusader fans, I'm Gary Nunley, head basketball coach at Lincoln Christian, and I just want to thank you for supporting the Crusaders and the Crusader Sports Network. Go Crusaders!
All right, we're getting ready for basketball. Lincoln Christian and the Syracuse Rockets. The boys' reserve game ready to go. The girls lost a tough one tonight. They led most of that second half, but then Syracuse came back in the fourth quarter and ended up with a 41-39 win over the Crusaders. So the boys will see if they can even the series tonight, 1 apiece. Crusaders and the Rockets teeing it up after the Christmas break. It'll be Parker Bash who will jump center to start the game tonight. And Kobe, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you do the play-by-play. How about that?
Okay. Ask me Bash. He's going to win the tip-off. Hampton's going to bring it up. That's Marshmakes on the wing. Nobody guarded him. Pump fakes. Syracuse in a looks like it's a 2-3 zone, and the pass is errant. Syracuse coming the other way. That was number 12, Gabe Dilly, and now a 3 in and out from Owen Thorne.
Offensive rebound by number 53. We'll have to check him. He's not on the program.
Yep, there he is again. Shot inside, and he's going to get fouled and go to the line. I'm sitting here trying to learn all the names, and then the name's not even on here.
Yeah. And I just remembered I got to run the clock here. So we got 7.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
And he hits the first one.
So the unnamed player is in the books. First point to the Rockets.
And that's going to be Bash with the rebound. Marshbank sets things up. Now they got to set up in this, looks like 2-3 zone. Syracuse is in. Marshbank's on the wing. Rotates it around to Ehlers, back to Marshbanks. Looks inside, Witt's posting up, he's got it. And Grant can't finish the layup.
Had great position, but couldn't finish, just a little bit too strong.
That's 53 again from the corner. I think his shot might have been tipped. Marshbanks three him quickly up ahead to Ehlers. And he takes all the way, but can't quite finish. Witt's there, and he gets fouled.
Crusaders on the run, but they can't get those easy buckets to go down.
Coach Graz in the locker room before the game talked about wanting to push the ball tonight for the Crusaders, and perfect example of it there. And he can't hit the first one. And the second one no good, but Marshbanks is there. And he gets it to go.
Crusaders on the third try finally get that bucket down low.
Mid 53. They're on the left wing. Inside.
To Lipscomb.
53 is going to drive again. Rolls around but can't quite get it, and then Witt with the rebound. Hansen has it on the wing. He gets it back. Tries to get inside to Bash, inside to Ehlers. There's Bash at the elbow. Now Ehlers goes baseline. Can't quite get the ball to go in. And then Bash cleans it up.
Good position for Parker Bash, and he's got the rebound in the basket, and Lincoln Christian up. Looks like the Crusaders in the man-to-man defense. That's the primary defense all the LCS teams play, right?
Yep. Crusaders believe throughout the whole program they always have the athletes to match up against anybody they play.
And a lot of times kind of a matchup man-to-man where you're gonna switch off if you need to.
Yep. Thorne trying to get it in for Syracuse, almost 5 seconds. Instead he gets it into Dilly.
That was about 4 3/4 seconds, I think.
Thorne, that's 52. Kreifels. Thorne gets it. His three-pointer is tipped.
Yeah, I think Ehlers got a hand on that.
The Crusaders come the other way. Andrew Clough on the wing, first time in the game. Now Ehlers gets it inside to Marshbanks. Fades away, can't quite get it. Ball batted around Andrew Clough in the corner, pump fakes. And takes a little mid-range shot. Doesn't quite go in, and that's number 12, Gabe Deli, who gets the rebound. Now 53 has it. And the layup rolls around and in.
And he's got all 3 points so far for the Rockets.
Bash has it now inside for the Crusaders, and nice move, can't quite finish. And the ball is batted around to Thorne, who brings it up. Ehlers all over him up top. Now gets it inside, kicks it out. Kreifels nearly traveled.
Yeah, almost. Looked like he did, but got away with it if he did.
Inside. Fading away shot that goes in. That's number 12, Gabe Deli.
2 buckets in a row for the Rockets, and they're back on top.
Marshbanks gets it inside, but can't quite corral the pass, and That's Zoller with the steal. He looks ahead. Thorne's open and gets the layup.
Halfway through the first quarter, and the Crusaders now down 3 after being up 3.
Yeah, this 2-3 zone giving them a little bit of problems, but they get inside to the big man Bash, who gets an and one.
So Bash will go to the line, and he was out the last game, that game before Christmas, the reserve game. He was out with a little bit of an injury, but he looks like he's pretty much full speed again, right?
Yep, and he's a big part of this Crusader team. Obviously, starting 5-man does a lot of solid work in there. He posts up strong. As we've already seen, gets offensive rebounds. And here he has a chance to complete the three-point play and tie the game back up. He doesn't quite get it. But Hansen with the offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Photo. His three is off the mark. And Hansen just steals the rebound away. Now Ehlers will try a three. His is also in and out. Clough with the rebound. Clough pump fakes, drives baseline. Into Ehlers, who gets an and one.
Well, it's a lot of work, but it's 2 more points for the Crusaders. They're going to go back on top. Hansen battling in there, get with a couple of offensive rebounds on that possession.
It's going to be a timeout by Syracuse, I believe.
First timeout for the Rockets. So coming up later this week, as far as the JV and the varsity, they go to Crete on Thursday night, and then back home for Hastings St. Cecilia on Saturday. Crete's a Strive school, so I'm assuming they'll have both the varsity games on their Strive channel on Thursday. Maybe one of the JV games, not sure about that, but you can check that out. And then on Saturday, we'll have the girls' JV game at 2 o'clock, and then follow that up with the girls' varsity and then the boys' varsity. And St. Cecilia boys with some talented athletes on both boys and girls teams, so that'll be a challenge for the Crusaders.
Here's Ehlers at the line. Try to complete the three-point play, and he does. Crusaders putting a little pressure on. Syracuse able to break it. Kreifels has his pass tipped, though. And it's going to be out of bounds, but I think it'll stay here.
Good hustle from Photo. He got the tip and then almost got the steal.
Syracuse gets it in, but Hansen's going to steal it right away. Crusaders got 3 on 2. Hansen kicks it out to Ehlers. Slips a little bit, regains his footing. Hansen inside to Bash. Ooh, a little strong.
Boy, he just had perfect position, couldn't finish, but then Ehlers does. That's good. Way to stick with it.
The Crusaders crashing the offensive boards early. Syracuse once again breaks the pressure. That time, that was Zoller's shot blocked by Hansen.
So this Hansen kid, he's all over the place.
And then Ehlers on the other end with another layup. Hansen with another steal. And his pass is almost stolen, but Ehlers cleans it up and finishes the layup. Crusader pressure definitely causing Syracuse some issues. That's Thompson now. Doesn't quite know what to do with it.
And we've got 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. My clock is off here, and it's actually running down and saying it's the end of the quarter, and I can't get it to stop. There we go. That's weird.
There's Thompson on the wing for Syracuse. And his pass is almost out of bounds, but Syracuse saves it. Photo, that he's hounding number 4, Gorton. Dilly back to Gorton up top. Photo knocks at it but can't quite get it. Thompson's going to drive. He gets in the paint and finishes. Syracuse is able to kind of stymie that Crusader run. See if the Crusaders can answer. They get it inside to Bash, kicks it back out to Clough, swings it to Hansen, who takes a three. His shot is in and out, but Ehlers yet another offensive rebound. Misses the shot, gets another one. That shot is blocked, and that's Dilly with the rebound.
Looked like that second face he had, or that second shot, he had kind of a hand in his face, but no foul call. And we're down to 50 seconds. My clock on the screen's off a little bit. Last minute of the quarter.
And that ball's going to be batted around. I think it'll stay here.
Got a bunch of subs coming in. Holen's in for the first time for the Crusaders.
That pass is kind of smacked around. It ends up in the hands of number 32. That's Cannon, and he's going to get fouled and go to the line. So Caleb Cannon in the game for the first time. He's going to have 2 free throws. First one is no good.
Crusaders have been on an 11-2 run after Syracuse had a lead.
And he goes 0 for 2, but lane violation I think was on Syracuse, so it's not going to matter. And we'll see if the Crusaders are able to extend this lead going into the second quarter. Looks like Syracuse has changed their zone up a little bit. This photo has it. Now Hansen on top. He's going to take a 3. That one kind of breaks off, but Witt's there to clean it up.
Maybe we can call that an assist, right? Good pass.
And the pressure gets to Syracuse again as that pass is going to go out of bounds to the Crusaders. Time for probably one last shot. Photo has it. Back to Hansen. Holen has it. Clock gets under 10 seconds. Photo, they're trying to get it inside. Hansen shoots a 3 on top, and it's good.
And a great shot. Third time's the charm. He had 3 shots from almost exactly the same place and finally nails it. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a bit. Back for the second quarter, the Crusaders with a double-digit lead thanks to that three-pointer by Ty Hansen to finish the first quarter.
I think the big thing at about halfway through that quarter, the Crusaders started to add a little full-court pressure, and that really got to Syracuse. Forced a lot of turnovers and then just helped the Crusaders to pick up their intensity on defense. And speaking of intensity, there's Holen with a steal, picking up full court. But his pass is going to be smacked around, then Thorne's going to couple with it. He has a lot of space. His layup is off. Syracuse second shot misses when the ball bats around. Photo's going to throw it up ahead to Holen, spins. Can't quite get the layup to fall. And his second shot is blocked. And now Thorne the other way again. And this time he's going to get fouled and go to the line.
And that was a great block by Liscombe on that shot on the other end for Syracuse. He had great position and went up and swatted it away.
Yeah, a lot of time when you're in a fast break scenario like that where it's kind of crazy, you tend to foul. That's Thorne missing the first free throw. And the second one falls. Now a 10-point lead for the Crusaders here early in the second quarter. Jackson Photo brings it up. Syracuse staying in that zone they've been in all game. They swing it around. Holland has it in the corner. They swing it back around. And Marshbanks is going to take a three over here on the left wing, and he hits it.
Boy, that had quite an arch on that. That was just a rainbow shot.
Crusaders still in there, a little bit of full court pressure. There's 53. We still don't have a name for him yet.
You know, you hit those three-pointers, and that's going to give you a chance to kind of break up that Syracuse zone a little bit.
Right, and then the pass goes off Photo, and then Holland back up to Photo, and he's going to get fouled.
And that is Joel Photo. I found out the other day we were doing the reserve game, I think, right before Christmas, and I understand the Photos are pretty good soccer players.
Yeah, you don't see that a lot at Lincoln Christian have a soccer team, but as Joel Photo misses the first free throw. Joel Photo at the line shooting the second one. Crusaders up 13. That one's a little long, but Christian Witt's there for the rebound. Now Jackson Photo for three. Little long. 53 for Syracuse at the rebound. He pushes it up the floor. And then it's stolen right by Cade Marshbanks.
Marshbanks has got some length. If he's in the passing lane, he's going to have a chance to, if not steal it, to at least tip it.
And the Crusaders with a chance to extend their lead. Trying to probe that defense, get it inside, but Syracuse doing everything they can to not let that happen. Now Jackson Photo's going to try a three, and the long rebound will go out of bounds. And you just heard one of the assistant coaches for Lincoln Christian tell the Crusaders to not settle. I think they really want to get the ball moving, try to get it inside a couple times, really probe that zone. And Jackson Photo all over number 10, Zoller. And that's going to be out of bounds. I think it'll stay here.
Yeah, well, but you know what? Carter Holland with a great attempt there. He tried to bounce it off the Syracuse player, was able to do that, but I think he was on the line when he touched it. So,
yeah, the Crusaders continue to apply tremendous pressure here to really bring that intensity. That's Zoller, guarded by Jackson Photo. Back cut by Dilly, but Witt smacks it back. Dilly trying, but he's going to swing it. That's Thompson. Now 53. He's going to drive. He is going to get fouled on the drive.
Let's see. Looks like that went on Witt, I believe.
Thompson will inbound for the Rockets. And the pass is going to be a little bit strong for Kreifels, and they'll go out of bounds. We still sit at a 13-point lead for the Crusaders. Kind of struggling here to begin the second quarter with this Syracuse zone. Ty Hansen's going to shoot a three on the left wing, and it's in.
So that now makes him 2 for 4 from behind the arc tonight.
Syracuse doing a much better job there to break the press. That's Dilly guarded by Carter Holland as Syracuse sets up the offense. 53, drives, contested, misses, and then Joel Photo at the rebound. Marshbanks will set it up. Hansen in the corner. Swinging around other corner, Holland inside to Bigler in the game. Back out to Holland who takes a three. It's an air ball. And it's going to go out of bounds to the Rockets.
Good play there by number 53. He just let it go, but kind of boxed out so nobody from the Crusaders could come and try to keep it in play.
Crusaders continue to apply pressure that's been really successful for them all night. And Thorne, I think he's going to dribble off his foot. Yeah, it'll be for the Crusaders.
Here comes Ben Ehlers. He'll be back in the game, and Holden will take a seat on the bench. So the reserve team, did they have any practices at all over the break?
I believe they had one early last week. I take that back. It might have got canceled because of the weather. And then they had one last Saturday.
Yep.
So, yeah, not a whole lot of practice coming into this, trying to get back in the groove.
Well, they've done a good job shaking off the rust.
There's Marshbank to take the three. It misses, but Ehlers tracks down the long rebound. He gets it inside to Bigler, but it's a little strong.
They had the right idea. Bigler had good position down low, but pass a little bit above him.
Yeah, and Ehlers, he's got to have 4 or 5 offensive rebounds tonight. He's been all over that. And that pass is going to go out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Rockets. And Syracuse just continues to struggle with this full court press. And it's not really designed to cause problems even on the inbounds. That's Zoller. He's going to kick it up ahead to Thorne, but it's going to be too long and out of bounds to the Crusaders.
So the Crusaders and the Rockets here, the varsity teams used to play every year up until about 2 or 3 years ago, and then that series ended. But that was an interesting game, the timing, because it kind of bounced back and forth. It would either be right before the Christmas break or right after the Christmas break, depending on when the holiday fell.
Now Joel Foda's going to try a 3 for the Crusader, and he hits it.
So that's got to be, 4 threes tonight? 1 for Foto, 2 for Hansen, and 1 for Marshbanks, I think.
Yep.
Bigler with the steal there.
McKinnon couldn't quite hang on. Now Hansen thought about the 3 up top. Instead it swung over to Ehlers in the corner. He's going to take a 3. It's no good, but Foto's there with the rebound, and he cleans it up.
Probably the shortest guy on the floor, but he had great position.
And the Crusaders continue to just create turnovers and offensive rebounds, as their lead is now extended to 21. Inside, that's Dilly. Pump fakes. Blocked from behind, but they're going to call a foul on Ehlers.
So Foto getting that rebound, it reminded me of the LCS girls team the last couple of years. It seemed like Allie Cordy was always down low in good position to get a rebound, even though she was obviously one of the shortest on the team, but also one of the quickest.
That's Dilly who hits the first one.
Clef is back in the game for the Crusaders, so they go a little bit shorter now as Marshbanks, Witt, and Bash are all on the bench.
Yeah, you talked about the quicker Cordy being able to get those offensive rebounds. I think it's just a lot of those guards aren't really used to boxing out, and then if you're just quick enough to get around them, you can create a lot of problems there. That's Ehlers inside out to Clough. Goes baseline, tries to get into Bigler, does. Bigler kicks it out to Hansen, and then Clough in the corner for a 3. It's short. It'll be out of bounds. It'll stay with the Crusaders.
So again, you can credit Foto with that an extra possession there, because he was battling for that rebound, made it go off the Rockets.
Inbound into the corner, that's Clough. They swing it around. Hansen trying to get into Bigler, does. Strong move. They're all over him. He swings it to Ehlers inside, who can't finish, and Cannon with the rebound.
Crusaders up by 20, but they've had a half a dozen shots down low that they should have been able to convert.
And 53 goes baseline, and he gets fouled. And that'll go on Hansen.
6 team fouls, so Syracuse will be in the bonus if there's another one here in the first half. Just 4 on the Rockets.
In the corner, Kreffels. Cannon outside to, that's Dilly. He resets for the Rockets. Guarded by Andrew Clough. Crusaders up by 20. That's Gorton. Now over to Dilly. Fakes left. Clough not letting him get anywhere. Pump fake to 3. Clough still all over him. Now Gorton. He drives middle. Out to Cannon. His pass is stolen by Clough. And he takes it all the way and finishes. And the Syracuse just trying to find answers at this point. The Crusaders is playing airtight defense here. As Hansen knocks away from 53, but he's going to hang on to it, but then he loses it. Clough with the steal. Photo up ahead to Hansen. Drops it off to Bash, who finishes.
Boy, that was great vision to get that pass down low to Hansen, and then he saw Bash had a better position. Got it over there, and boy, that was high off the glass, but straight down in.
And Clough just hounding Dilly up top. Crusaders doing a really good job at guarding this cutting action. Syracuse is doing 53, takes a long three, it misses. Joel Photo quickly up ahead. Clough pump fakes the three. Now Ehlers will take a three from the top, in and out. Bash with the rebound. And his pass is going to be tipped, but it'll stay with the Crusaders.
Yeah, I think Ben's foot was on the line. That would have just been a two if he'd have hit it, but Crusaders looks like Gabe Wagner is in the game and Dalton Fisher as well. And is that everybody's been in now, I think, so far.
Yeah, the Crusaders defense and then offensive rebounding really extending this lead and getting these guys minutes. And Bash had great position, can't quite finish the layup. It'll be out of bounds. I think it'll stay. Yep, stay with the Crusaders. Carter Holland will inbound under a minute to go here in the first half. The inbound is tipped, and it'll be a jump ball.
Looks like it'll stay with the Crusaders.
Holland will try it again. This time to the corner. That's Wagner. The pass is tipped around, 53. Syracuse at the 2-on-1, 53. I'll take it all the way and finish. Gabe Wagner in the corner for the Crusaders. Tries to go baseline, nowhere to go. And it's going to be a kick ball on Gorton. Wagner sees Holland on the backside. Who finishes the layup?
Boy, great vision from Gabe to see Carter cutting to the basket. Nobody picked him up on the defense.
And then Wagner's going to knock the ball around, but I think, yep, Syracuse recovers it. Dilly up top. Thought about throwing it inside. Ball up top, but Dalton Fisher's going to get called for a foul.
And that'll be 7 team fouls, so it should be 1-1.
That's Bahadi in the game. He misses the front end of the 1-1. Syracuse still in the zone. Wagner hounded in the corner, and he's going to travel.
So Syracuse has got 5 seconds left. The Crusaders are going to put on some pressure, so they're not going to give them an easy shot.
Nowhere really to go. Gets it in. That's Liscombe. And Clough is going to hit the ball out of bounds. So it'll be underneath for Syracuse. 2.7 seconds to go before halftime. Liscombe in the corner, taking a lot of time. Gorton's going to have to throw it up, and it doesn't fall.
So Crusaders pretty good both offensively and defensively in that first half.
Yeah, the full court pressure, I mean, that was the huge difference, and that really got them going in the middle of that first quarter. They forced a lot of turnovers, got easy layups out of it, and then those offensive rebounds really giving them easy layups as well inside.
But I'm sure the coaches will have a few things they want to talk about at halftime, so you can go in and see what the good word is, and then we'll have your second half in just a bit.
Lincoln Christian School makes a commitment to ensuring well-rounded students. Our elementary students have 4 specials with certified teachers in their specialized areas twice a week in music, art, PE, and our library and computer lab. We have a great big space for PE, whether that's indoor or outdoor. We understand the benefits of physical activity for elementary-age children. But while they're elevating their heart rates, they're also learning the character development that comes from competition and being stretched to maximize their God-given abilities. The activity room is where our catered lunch is served daily. Students can order a hot lunch online, or they can bring a lunch from home. The activity room is also where we host elementary chapel once a week on Wednesday mornings. The students enjoy saying the pledges, singing worship songs, and then hearing from a speaker every week. During library, students check out new books, spend time reading and focusing on individualized goals before transitioning to STEAM enrichment activities, such as the 3D printer, robot programming, or the building center with Legos and Strawbees. STEAM education is an approach to learning that uses science, technology, engineering, and the arts and mathematics. During computer class, kindergarten and first grade are learning basic computer navigation and the mouse through an online progress tracker that advances them to new skill levels. Second through sixth grades advance through keyboarding skills to word processing and eventually coding. In art, our students are encouraged and challenged to stretch their imagination, explore art history, view well-known artists, and employ a variety of art techniques. All of this while learning to see the unlimited creativity of our Creator. In music, our students engage kinesthetically as they move up and down the floor staff and learn to sing on key. Our students are privileged to work with a veteran award-winning teacher whose teaching methods have been used internationally. Meet Mr. Bear.
Welcome to music class. I'd like to share a few things that I've been doing with the children to help them develop their musical skills. The goal is excellence for the glory of God. And I developed a floor staff which helps pretty much 95 to 100% of the kids be able to sing in tune. They're singing truth from God's word. They're developing relationship. As we sing together in class or in chapel, we just lift our voices as one voice to the Lord. And we talked about excellence. We've had wonderful opportunity to sing with orchestras with our 5th and 6th graders. And if you come to one of our programs, we'd be glad to have you here. 250 kids just singing and lifting the roof in praise to God. So we can think Christianly and have a Christian worldview. And music is part of developing these skills and these attitudes in this worldview. It's great to have you with us. Thanks for joining us in the music class.
We have 30 acres here at Lincoln Christian School, a lot of room to expand and grow our campus. All of the enhancements we make have been provided by God's blessing. Mr. Powell leads the shepherding and stewardship of these gifts. I've asked him to share a little bit about some of the ways the foundation has and is continuing to help advance our school.
In the last 6 years, the Lord has provided over $6 million in capital improvements, which include a new science and technology addition, football field, amphitheater, renovations to the high school classrooms. And looking forward, we'd like to put a new playground on the ground as well as a Shields Multipurpose Center. Shields Foundation has generously contributed almost $500,000 to the school, and that new facility will include weight training and conditioning, a wrestling room, a space for our cheerleaders, and be a huge blessing for the generations to come.
Lastly, I want to introduce you to our leader and superintendent, Dr. Zach Kassabaum. Dr. Kassabaum's experience as an administrator spans both public and private schools, but God has given him a true passion for Christian education and a heart for the relationships and influence educators can have on students in their most formative years.
I'm glad that you're exploring the possibility of Christian education for your child. I truly believe there's no better time to have your child in Christian education than right now, where every aspect of society is questioning the very essence of truth. Here at Lincoln Christian School, we focus on the core values of truth, relationships, excellence, and transformation. And our desire is that every child would have a life-changing education in which every aspect of everything we do is rooted in the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'd love to be meeting with you personally right now and getting to know you, but I hope you enjoy the tour, and I hope to see you at Lincoln Christian School. Thank you.
Thank you for taking time to watch our virtual tour. We look forward to meeting you.
When our children were in school, I was part of a Moms in Prayer, and now I'm part of a grandma's group that prays weekly. I think the daily role that we as grandparents have in our grandkids' lives is the highest calling is to pray for them. I'm Pauline Norman.
My name's Dwayne Norman, and we have 4 grandchildren in Lincoln Christian.
I'm John Watson.
My name is Carla Watson, and we have 8 grandchildren at Lincoln Christian.
It's so fun to visit Lincoln Christian as a grandparent, especially on Grandparents' Day, and just seeing how they are loved and valued and cared for.
It's a family at Lincoln Christian. They include me as if I am a mother or a parent.
The values at Lincoln Christian, I look back and I wished that I would have had that training growing up. It's amazing.
The kids have come home and said, hey, I've learned this verse, or I've learned this principle, and I'm going, wow, I'm impressed. It's just part of their life.
I want them to understand that you don't lean on your own understanding, but that you lean on God's Word. And I think Lincoln Christian School is instilling that, and I can see it with the excitement they have about school.
I think it's important to support Lincoln Christian School through your general giving. Many have gone before us, and we see that product. We're benefiting from that product.
We think it's important to invest in the school because it's an investment in eternity. And I love that when you give to the Lord, then He multiplies it.
Where your heart is, your money's going to be. So we give to something that's important to us.
I am so glad that my grandchildren are at Lincoln Christian. The school, it's the foundation. That foundation is built in them.
We have an important role to make the foundation a little wider and a little deeper and a little stronger for the next generation. And I think that's what it's all about.
Crusaders with a commanding lead, 37-13, start the third quarter here.
And we finally have a name for 53, Caleb Swanson.
Yeah, I talked to the guy over at the score table, and he said usually he just plays JV. He doesn't suit up for reserve. So,
well, there we go. And Swanson now has it. He goes baseline, and he's going to get fouled. I think that'll probably go on Christian Witt.
And I keep forgetting I'm running the clock here, so I'll get that started. We've played 20 seconds here in the third quarter.
That's Thorne trying to inbound it for the Rockets. Nowhere to go. Throws it up. And Witt smacks it around, but Swanson will come up with it.
Looked like it hit Witt in the face there.
Yep. That's Dilly. Now to Swanson again. They get it inside to Thorne. The pass is too hot, and the Crusaders will force yet another turnover. That's one of the big keys to the first half is forcing, I don't even know what the number was, but it had to be in definitely double digits. And now Marshbanks is going to get a wide open corner three in and out. Bash with the rebound, and he cleans it up.
Bash with perfect position, and he went up over the defenders and got it, and we've got another lost ball. We had that in the girls' game where the ball rolled under the stage. It took them a while to find it. As a matter of fact, they pulled out a ball, and it was the wrong one. It was a boys' ball, and so they had to go back in.
I bet there's all kinds of things under there. That's Zoller for Syracuse, trying to get something going for the Rockets. They only had 4 points in that second quarter. Not a lot going. This Crusader man-to-man and the pressure they've put on him really giving him trouble. That's Swanson who's going to airball a three. Marshbanks with the rebound.
He was wide open but couldn't convert.
Syracuse still in their zone as Ehlers has it on the wing. Corner Marshbanks, he drives. Baseline, can't finish the layup. And it'll go out of bounds to Syracuse. Zoller again bringing it up for Syracuse. 39-13 lead for Lincoln Christian. Syracuse trying to get something going with this cutting action off a screen at the elbow, but the Crusaders doing a really good job at being in help and jumping to the ball. Swanson wanted the ball on the wing on the left. Gets it inside. Passes swatted out by Bash, and yet another turnover forced by the Crusaders. Ehlers into Witt, and he finishes.
Easy pickings for Christian there. Wide open down low. Oh, and Marshbank steps in front of it. Can't grab it before it goes out of bounds, though.
Yeah, good job by Ehlers to push the ball there. He drew, I think it was almost all 5 Syracuse players, so somebody's going to be open for Lincoln Christian. Thorne has it guarded by Ehlers. Now in the corner. Syracuse trying to swing and get good ball movement. Zoller takes a 3. It rattles around and in. And that's the first 3-pointer of the game for Syracuse. Crusaders looking to answer, get it inside to Witt. Oh, just couldn't quite catch it.
That reminds me of, in a football game, a receiver has the pass coming right to him, and he kind of turns and looks upfield before he catches the ball, takes his eyes off the ball before he brings it in.
Yeah, because he was wide open there. Syracuse coming down trying to take advantage of the miscue by the Crusaders. Zoller guarded by Hansen, who got a hand on it. And he's going to throw it away, trying to get rid of it.
Yeah, Hansen's defense forced that turnover because he tried to go up and over with the pass, but too high for his own man to catch it.
Yeah.
Speaking of football, these two teams played in the first football game of the season back in August. The Crusaders on their way to one of their best seasons ever with a 38-0 win over Syracuse to start the season.
As Marshbanks misses a 3, but Ehlers is there to rebound, and he gets fouled on his shot, so he'll take 2 free throws. Ehlers the leading scorer for the Crusaders in the first half. He had 9 and all 9 in the first quarter. As he hits the first one.
And, of course, speaking of football, we got the NFL playoffs. It'll be starting this weekend. Who do you think, who's your guess to get to the Super Bowl this year?
I mean, it's hard to go against Chiefs, defending champions. That offense is legit. I don't know in the NFC. I mean, I kind of want to go with the Saints as Marshbanks cleans up the miss by Ehlers and finishes with the layup.
Yeah, what's interesting is home field advantage doesn't mean a whole lot this year in the playoffs because most of them don't have any fans or only a few fans. So,
yeah, I've been wondering about that for almost like all sports. I don't know what the impacts of that necessarily is. And the Crusaders get another steal. Ehlers bringing it up.
Marshbank stepped in front of the passing lane again.
And there's Ehlers taking it all the way for 2. Crusaders now enjoy a 30-point lead as I think that's going to go on Jackson Photo.
And that'll be 4 on him. So he's going to have to come out. I don't think nobody else really with any foul trouble.
Nope, not on either team. That's Dilly trying to get in for Syracuse, nowhere to go, and 5-second violation will be forced. And the Crusaders have been close to getting one of those all night and finally able to get one here. Andrew Clef will get the offense rolling for the Crusaders. Up 46-16 with about 4 minutes to play. Photo. Bash is trying to get open. He has pretty good position in there. That's Cannon who's going to smack it out of bounds. Stay with the Crusaders, though. Inbounded to Photo. Syracuse still in their zone. Clough has it on top, swings it to Holland. Trying to look inside to Bash, who has good position. He spins right and finishes.
That was a beautiful turnaround move by Bash.
That's Gordon who has it now. Zoller. Joel photo fell on the ground, and that leaves Gordon open for a little mid-range shot that he hits. Bash trying to get it again. Instead they get to Bigler, kicks it out to Holland. A photo. Back to Bigler, inside to Bash, who finishes.
And another turnaround.
There's not really much you can do about that, especially when he just posts up that well. And Syracuse take a timeout to try to talk about what they're going to try to do to stop these Crusaders on the inside.
So let's talk a little about the holiday tournament for the varsity. They were out in Waverly, and the schedule got all messed up thanks to the snowstorm that came through last week. So the first game you played with no practices, right? Yep. Because that was the very first day after the moratorium. And the Crusaders actually jumped out to a big first quarter lead over Norris, but then couldn't quite do it. Norris has got a lot of talent.
Mm-hmm. I believe they're number 3, or they were number 3 in Class B going into that.
Actually, let me just check. They just posted the new ratings. They might be 2 now because, they're number 2 behind Elkhorn Mount Michael because they had a big win Saturday. Norris beat Elkhorn, which I think had they had lost 1 before that, but they were rated second. But anyway, Norris, again, some talent obviously all over the place for Norris, but the Crusaders hung with them and only lost by 12, and you were missing Easton Marshbanks, so didn't have quite the length and height that you normally do. And then the game on Thursday, the second game, so you ended up with 2 days off between those games. Did you get a practice in between?
We got a practice in the Wednesday, so the day before the South Sioux City game.
And then that game, South Sioux City kept it close in the first half, but then the second half belonged to Lincoln Christian.
Yep, and that one, the Crusader, we definitely felt it was a little bit sloppy and definitely could have done better in that first half, and it definitely showed in the second half. Really put the pedal on in the second half and pulled away.
And there's a steal by the Crusaders, and it looked like it could have been a kicked ball call, but they let them play.
And Holland tried to rifle one into Clough, but it got tipped out of bounds. No, Clough will try to inbound it underneath. Little lob into Bigler, who leaves it short. And the rebound is battled around, and that'll be Swanson who takes it and pushes it up quickly. He swings it to Gordon. Thought about the 3. Thought about it again. Instead, swings it over. That's Cannon on the left. Gets it inside to Swanson. Takes a dribble. And he's going to get fouled.
A little slow to get up there, but it looks like he's okay.
It's Caleb Swanson, the leading scorer tonight for the Syracuse Rockets. He's got 5.
Looks like Joel Photo picked up the foul.
And first free throw is no good for Swanson. And he rebounds and hits the second one. That makes the score 50-19, Lincoln Christian with the advantage. Holland drives in, little pass to Bash, and he's able to take a weird angle and make it into a conversion.
He's had a big second half here.
Yeah, 8 points on 4 layups inside. As Bigler just pokes it away from Cannon, and he loses it off his leg going out of bounds. Trying to use Cannon's momentum and maybe draw a foul or just get him on his back, but ended up losing the ball in the process. That's Dilly who brings it up for the Rockets. And a little bit of miscommunication, and ball go out of bounds to the Crusaders. And we don't have this stat in front of us, but I'm sure the turnover margin for this game is very large, especially just considering the pressure the Crusaders have put on tonight.
That's got to be 3-1 or 4-1.
That's Dalton Fisher back in the game. Has it on the right. Backs it out, swings it to Joel Photo on the top. Now corner, Carter Holland takes a three. It's off, ball batted around, and Dilly comes up with the rebound. And his pass up ahead to Gorton in the corner, and then Holland's going to tip it around, and I think Photo's going to get credit with the steal.
Well, I think we should give Holland credit for something there. He forced it.
Holland has it on the side, and he's going to get fouled by Cannon.
So I'm looking at the program here, and on our program we've got Dalton Fisher listed as 5'9". I think that's got to be a typo.
Well, basketball programs are somewhere within probably 4 or 5 inches for a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
It's almost, if you don't add a couple inches, you're doing something wrong.
And Bash almost with the putback. What do they got Bash? They've got Bash listed at 6'4". That's probably pretty close.
Mm-hmm. And Bash 6'4"-ish and definitely got some size on him. Not a skinny guy. And he leaves the first free throw short.
So here's the real question for you. Is Easton Marshbanks really 7 foot?
I think we measured him with an actual tape measure. He was 6'11", and I think it was a quarter officially. So we gave him 7
So you
foot.
rounded up.
Yeah.
Okay.
As Bash gets the second end of that. Makes the score 53-49. That's Lovelace, who's in the game, I think, for the first time, who's going to draw the foul and go to the line. Nope, underneath. That's Cannon inbounding it. Nowhere to go. There's Gorton, who's going to take a little mid-range shot. No good. Bash at the rebound. And Joel Photo gets it about 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Photo has it on the top. Now corner, Gabe Wagner back in the game. Drives baseline. Back to the middle, that's Bigler. Dalton Fisher now misses the mid-range shot, and then Bash is going to get fouled on the putback.
Is Fisher a lefty? It looked like he put up a left-handed shot there.
Is he the only lefty we got this year in the program? I think he...
Well, Gavin McGear, he's left-handed, right? Isn't he?
I don't think so.
Oh, maybe he's just ambidextrous.
I think
he's made some good left-handed layups.
Yeah, I think he definitely likes to finish more on the left side, for sure. And Bash's second free throw is going to roll around and in.
So what does that give him? 10 for this quarter, I think.
10 for the quarter, yep. All inside as Wagner almost gets a steal, but instead is going to get called for the foul.
Syracuse will have one more chance here in the quarter.
That's Gordon. He's got to go quick. Wagner on him. Crosses over, loses it a little bit. Fades away a little bit, and no good.
Crusaders with a commanding lead after 3. We'll be right back. Back for the fourth quarter.
Crusaders with a commanding 54-19 lead, but you don't want to let your foot off the gas here, especially because you don't really get a lot of chances to really play against another team, and that's going to be a turnover, I believe, that's going to go off of Gabe Wagner to the Rockets.
Yeah, we're close. We're got a 35-point lead. Did they do the running clock in the reserve game? I assume they would if we got to a 40-point lead.
Syracuse trying to get something going. That's Swanson. He's going to take a three, and he banks it home. Swanson, the leading scorer for Syracuse. That three-pointer puts it up at 9. Photo with the nice crossover up top, up over to his brother Joel Photo, back to Jackson Photo. Now with Gabe Wagner on the top, trying to get it into Witt. Great positioning. And just tipped, and then I think Witt got a finger on it, so it's going to go to Syracuse again. So two of very similar situations. Crusaders had good position, but just off their fingertips and then to Syracuse. Swanson guarded by Fisher. He crosses over, and he's going to draw the foul.
Just one more, and the Rockets will be in the bonus.
That's Thorne inbounding it. He gets it inside. Zoller puts up a little hook shot that doesn't go in, and it'll go out of bounds, stay with the Rockets. And Thorne and the Rockets will try it again. Gets it in very similar, but this time Zoller dumps it off. That was Liscombe. Couldn't quite finish, and out of bounds to the Crusaders.
Wow, that's from up here. It looked like that went off Witt's knee, but they... Oh, no, they did keep it with Syracuse. It looked like he was pointing our way.
He did
so
point, and then
I think that's the right call.
this time from the other side. Inbound over the head of everybody, but Liscombe tracks it down. Now Thorne has it guarded by Gabe Wagner. Drives inside, puts a little runner, misses, gets his own rebound, and puts it in. The lead cut back down to 30. This time they pass into Witt's a little bit too strong, and it'll go to Syracuse. So I think that's 3 turnovers for the Crusaders to start this fourth quarter.
Right, and they've all been the same thing, and out of bounds under their own basket that bounces off Lincoln Christian.
Syracuse trying to keep this little run going. Zoller over to Dilly, guarded by Fisher. But Gabe's going to get a steal in the open court. Misses the layup. And the rebound to go out of bounds, stay with the Crusaders.
But boy, Wagner showed his quickness there, didn't he?
Great anticipation there. Kind of lackadaisical up top for Syracuse. Inbound into Joel Photo, who goes baseline. Gets it inside to Witt, kicks it back out to Jackson Photo. He'll reset. Now Wagner has it in the corner, trying to get it into Witt. And he does. Double teamed. Back out to Photo. They cover him up nicely. Swinging around Jackson Photo. Wagner in the corner. Shot is short. And Syracuse will come up with the rebound. And Joel Photo kind of hits that in the air, but Syracuse will retain possession. And that pass is, I think, a little bit too strong for Zoller, and that'll go to the Crusaders.
And again, that one was forced by Jackson Photo, that turnover. I'm guessing maybe the LCS starters might be done for the night.
Yeah, they have another game tomorrow at Waverly, so don't want to use up the legs too early.
Yeah, that'll probably present a little more of a challenge, won't it?
For sure. That's always one of the tougher games that we like to schedule for these reserve guys.
And then they usually end the season in that Norris tournament, right? And Wagner scores. Good job, Gabe.
Yeah, that was a nice little move, too. Went baseline, little floater through some traffic, but Syracuse does a great job running the floor as Liscombe gets rewarded. You reward the big guy for running the floor. Wagner goes baseline again. This time is stopped. Joel Photo drives hard right and finishes.
Boy, he took off like everybody else was standing still there.
And Liscombe gets rewarded again for running the floor. So that's 2 in a row where he just beats everybody down the floor off a make. And
I think Photo stepped on the line before he passed the ball in bounds.
Yeah.
So again, even with a 30-point lead, coaches don't like to see that.
Right, especially since it's Syracuse is winning the quarter so far 9-4. And I know at this point it's not going to affect the final score, but that's something that you never want to lose the quarter, especially to a team that you've been beating the whole night. As Gordon gets a little left-handed layup to fall. Crusaders trying to answer. Joel Photo in the corner. Thought about the three. Instead, they swing it around. Jackson Photo. Short corner. Joel Photo inside to Wagner. Pump fakes. And he's going to turn the ball over. That's Gordon going the other way. And Fisher, great speed to knock that ball out of bounds from behind.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's going to go up for the shot, and Fisher's going to get a foul, but he was able to knock it out before a shot could even happen.
And Jackson Photo with great anticipation steals the inbounds pass, tries to go all the way, and does.
60-30. Nice symmetrical score here.
It's Gordon over to Thompson. Thought about a three. Gordon back up top. A lot of standing around here this possession.
I'm sure coaches Graz and Nunley have got to be pretty happy with both sides of the ball tonight, both the offense and the defense.
As Thompson drives in but can't finish. Fisher with the rebound. And Joel Photo's going to draw the foul on the drive. Yeah, I think, especially considering first game back, I think coaches can be very pleased with how, especially the intensity. I mean, the intensity is really what got them going. If you can create layups for yourself, that's going to ease things a lot, and they created a lot of layups with turnovers and then offensive rebounds. Inbounded to Fisher, who misses, but Bigler is there to takes a hard fall on that foul.
Yeah, he hit the floor pretty loud. We'll see. Hope he's okay.
Yeah,
Stacey Dahlcotter will come out and take a look. I tell you what, while they take a look at Mr. Bigler, we'll take a quick break. So the coach and trainer help Jake off the floor, and hard to tell what it was, but he's walking a little gingerly there.
Yeah, I think they were looking at his right knee.
Yeah, that was a loud swack, whatever you want to call it, thwack, something when he hit the floor.
And Marshbanks coming in to shoot the free throws for him, knocks down the first. Yeah, there wasn't really anything to catch his fall either besides his leg or whatever he landed on. And Marshbanks completes both, coming in for Bigler.
Yeah, and you hate to see an injury anytime, but especially late in a game like this when it's not a competitive game anymore.
Sure. And Bigler's definitely a guy who's had his share of injuries in the past. It feels like every time, especially in junior high and elementary school, he was always around with a cast somewhere on his arm. And Wagner with another steal off great anticipation. Up ahead to Fisher, kicks it back out. Wagner's going to take a little mid-range shot. It's short. Marshbanks there. Can't quite clean it up. Now Holland takes a three, and he hits. Crusaders again create multiple chances for them, and they're able to convert one of them. That's Thompson, guarded by Holland. Tries a little spin, nowhere to go. Kicks it back out. Syracuse playing a lot of their offense outside the three-point line, not really a whole lot of penetration. Thompson trying to go, but Holland still not letting him go anywhere, and that's going to go out of bounds to the Crusaders.
So I mentioned the new boys basketball ratings just out tonight, Class C1. Any guess who might be number one?
For C1?
Yeah.
Auburn?
Yeah, a team that hasn't lost for a couple of years.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then Kearney Catholic, Adams Central, St. Paul, Wahoo, and Lincoln Christian in at number 6 this week.
Inside to Photo, who's going to finish. Great job getting it in the middle of that zone.
Boy, did you see on Saturday night the Metro Conference Final, Millard North and Bellevue West?
No, I did not. That sounds like a fun matchup.
Yeah, it was 94-91 in double overtime. Millard North won.
That's Gorton who finishes with a nice little left hand.
And, yeah, I mean, you talk about talent. Both those teams have loads of talent. Of course, Hunter Salas, who's like in the top 15 in the country, I think, and he finished with 20, but his teammate St. Thomas had 48 points that night.
Yeah, that's definitely some fun matchups and teams that have sent guys to the next level.
And I'm guessing those two are going to meet up again probably somewhere in the state tournament. I think they do have a regular season game coming up at the end of January, and then probably again in the state tournament.
And those are the type of matchups you wish that there were fans for.
Right.
Top Class A schools with high-flying players a lot of offense. The Crusaders create another steal. Photo up ahead to Wagner. Can't quite finish. Holland's there. His finish isn't gets his own rebound, misses again. And then Marshbanks cleans it up.
Good night's work offensively for Lincoln Christian, 69 points.
Especially coming off the break, a little bit rusty, but doesn't really matter when you're almost shooting all your shots around the rim.
And again, we talked about this earlier. In that first half, we missed probably, half a dozen shots down low. If you'd have had those, we'd probably be at 80.
For sure. And Gordon hits the first. And he goes 2 for 2 from the line. And now the Crusaders will hold the ball and be content with their 69-34 win here tonight. Oh, Fisher took a shot at the end but didn't fall. And, yep, Crusaders will end up with a 69-34 lead win here coming off the break here against the Syracuse Rockets. A really solid performance, forced a lot of turnovers, created a lot of second chance opportunities at the glass. Just a really solid night.
And we'll give them, 10-15 minutes to celebrate this victory, and then they got to start thinking about Waverly tomorrow, right?
Going on the road against Waverly, definitely a matchup you cannot take lightly.
Crusaders with a lot of offensive weapons tonight. I know you're totaling up the scores. We'll see how that turned out. But, again, Ehlers had a strong first half, and then we know Bash had a good second half.
Yep, we have Parker Bash led tonight with 16. Ben Ehlers had 12 with 9 of those in the first quarter. And then Joel Photo with 9. Ty Hansen. Oh, Christian Witt. Nope. Where am I at? Ty Hansen had 6. Carter Holland had 5. Christian Witt had 4. And then we had Andrew Clough with 2. Gabe Wagner with 2. And Jackson Photo with 2. Oh. And then Cade Marshbanks with 11. I didn't circle it.
There you go. So good night for the Crusader boys. So we end up with a split. The girls dropped a close one, 41-39 to Syracuse, and then the boys come back and win it 69-34. So our next action here on the Crusader Sports Network will be Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock girls JV, followed by girls and boys varsity against Hastings St. Cecilia. But tune in on Thursday night to the Crete Strive channel, strive.tv/Crete for the girls and boys varsity games. Girls varsity will start at 6 o'clock on Thursday. For Kobe Hansen, I'm Keith Miles. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.